Well, non-returning status. I read that once. This is where I get this idea from. I read it once in Buddhist philosophy. Can't remember which book now because there's so many books later. But this particular one was about non-returning status, and that one really caught my mind because I'd never heard that anywhere before. I know about reincarnation. I don't know about it. I've heard about it, read about it, and about the wheel, being born, old age, disease, and death. And you keep coming back in a cycle. And I'm looking here and looking at the whole situation, and we have such great prophets that come through here, earth. And yet still, we can't agree on anything. It's just war and war and more war. Problems and more problems. Yes, even with great men like Jesus Christ and the Buddha and Muhammad and, the whole thing. You know it go. And we still fight. And there's no dialogue. So, anyway, that would lead me to imagine a world without that, and I can't imagine it. So it brings me back to the line, non-returning status. And how can you achieve that? And then the idea that I got out of it is that you don't have to really return here in a body, because anything that have a body will know suffering due to the changes that we talked about earlier, right? So the thing about it is to hold the emptiness, which is the space before thought begin. There's a gap there, if you can imagine it. And by widening that gap, you're in the non-conceptual realm, which is like a deep sleep realm. So to achieve the non-return status, one has to achieve non-conceptuality. So you see me, it's like you can go pretty deep, because that is not easy to achieve here when one have agendas and programs and things to do and always doing, moving, motion. So it's not an easy thing to achieve, but the idea is not to take a body and be born anywhere in any realm. So achieving the non-returning status. To achieve that, one has to remain in a non-conceptual frame at the exit. That's where it's important. When one is about to leave this place, the earth, is when it's important for one not to hold on to anything, not a Buddha, not a Christ, nor a God, or anything that we have created out of fear, savior syndrome. So, back to it again, non-returning status is about non-conceptualism. Not to take a body, not to have wretched rebirth again. You see, because it's either that or non-returning. And that is my take on non-returning status. At least for now, things always change. Yeah.
That was good.
You think?